Hello, internet friends. My name is Bay. That is my forehead, and this is Final Fantasy XIV patch 6.55. This is Growing Light Part 2, which has a few quests to lead us from the end of Endwalker into Dawn Trail. So let's start with quest number 1, when one door closes. Ah, Bay, one of my clerks was just here with a message for you. The students of the Baldesion request your presence in Sharlayan at your earliest convenience. I'm all the way out here in Radz-at-Han, and then I go all the way back to Sharlayan. You're lucky I can teleport. Indebted as I am to your friends, I had hoped that I too might be of service, but it is you alone that they require. If you are no pressing business, pray make your way to the Baldesion Annex at once. Ojika awaits your arrival. Yes, I've already done Hildebrand, as I already have my relic on my back, so nothing is pressing. I like how little Ashdaya is right there, though. That's cute. In the meantime, I shall continue showing Ashdaya the city. From notable landmarks to the people's lives, there is much and more for her to see. Arshan, it has been multiple months. You can't still be showing her the city. Little dragon rower. Farewell for now, my friend. I look forward to the day we set forth on another adventure together. Oh, there they go. Okay. To the Baldesion Annex. Poof. Away with us. And... Oh, no, no, no. All right, wait, hold on. This way and then up the cobblestone. I haven't been here in a while. At least the path walkway. Which I assume we're gonna immediately talk to Kryl. She's in the little image. Hello, Ojika. Hey, Warman, how are you? Welcome to you. I gather you received our message? Please, wait here while I fetch Kryl and Gra. I will black screen and await for the load screen to continue. Oh, got our hood down. Thank you for coming on such short notice. And forgive us for sending for you so soon after your trials in the void, to say nothing of your grueling battle against the 12. That's both things that just happened in the previous patch. Yes, she has the earring on. That's why our hood's off, so you can immediately notice that, bloop, she's got the earring on. Now then, we aren't actually the ones who require your presence, but Ernville. This is Ernval. He stopped by recently, you see, and asked us to reach out to you on his behalf. Why wouldn't he just message me himself? The Gleaner network is crazy. I imagine you'd be surprised as we are, given that he was supposed to be away on a long expedition. Best boy incoming? Something must have necessitated the change in his plans. All he would tell me is that there is someone whom he wishes Bay to meet. Oh, so Aaronval must have met the princess then in his travel, and that's the connection point. He also mentioned that he would be tending to business at the studium. Shall we look for him there? Dude, her side ponytail has so much hair in it. How heavy is that thing? All of her hair in one side ponytail. All right, now to the studium, I guess. Which is just continue on this path. There's multiple MSQ points there. You see all the warriors of light just standing around. To the studium it is then. Hang on. Yeah. Did Hildebrand first, so I would have... so I have this on the way. Even though I don't think there's any combat at all in this entire MSQ. Now then, where's Aaronville? Aaronville. It says Aaronville, but it's pronounced... We'll hear them talk, hopefully, in a moment. This is not voiced. It could be, but I doubt it.
Aaronville!
It is. Oh, okay. I was debated. It's a backpack button.
Apologies for the wait. I hope I haven't called you away from anything important. I chanced upon some commissioned items at my destination, so I thought I might deliver them.
Where did you go, if I may ask?
The New World. Tural.
Yeah.
You went to Tural? Then the person who you wish to introduce...
Aye, she hails from there. I present to you...
Here she is.
But it seems you've lost her.
Did she wander off?
Yeah.
Sorry. It's just so different here. I can't help but want to explore.
Well, while you were exploring, your candidate came to us. This is him. The adventurer you crossed the seas to meet.
Ooh, you weren't exaggerating. It's plain he's no ordinary man. I'm Wuklamat, claimant to the throne of Tulihuela.
She's so cute. Wuklamat. It's definitely hard to say without her accent. Wuklamat. That axe is so cool.
Tulihuela.
Tulihuela.
It's Tural's governing nation. The capital bears the same name.
I'll get to the point. I want you to come with me to my homeland.
She's already definitely that little bit dorky that a lot of characters are in this game. Her eyes, though.
Given the magnitude of the request, perhaps you should explain why you're making it?
Of course. Soon, an event of great import will be held in Tural. The Rite of Succession. Taking the form of a contest, it will determine who next ascends the throne. As daughter to its present keeper, I will participate. And I have every intention of winning. I was searching for champions to join me when Erenville told me about you.
Her eyes are so big.
A mighty warrior who knows no fear, who sweeps aside terrible fiends as if they were reeds, who flew to the edge of existence and saved our star.
Does her character model already have the visual update? Like, her textures just look better than mine. I'm jealous.
She asked who Eorzea's greatest hero was, and so I told her. Much more elegantly, I might add.
Now you know why. You'll come to Tural, yes?
Wait, let's all just slow down. Wuklamat, was it? You claim to be of the royal family, but is it not the Mamulja who rule in Tural?
Wuklamat. What a name. It's because two different... It's gonna take a while to get used to. Very unique name.
Tulihuela is a nation of many peoples. Not only the Mamulja, as some across the seas are quick to assume. That said, its present ruler is a Mamulja, and one blessed with two heads besides.
Ah, the cutscene is making more and more sense. So I bet you that's not like a malicious 1v1 in the cinematic then, but like a duel, like a test of strength, essentially. It's definitely going to be a trial, right? It's going to be a story trial. Could be a boss at the end of a dungeon as well. One of the two.
He's also my father. Not by blood, obviously,
Yeah.
but he raised me as his own. And that's what matters.
Okay.
So that is the way of it. My
Aw.
apologies if I was indelicate.
His ears.
Hardly. I know little about your land and nothing about your parentage. But in my eagerness, I've gotten ahead of myself. I can't expect you to agree on the spot when we've only just met. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Just know, though, that if it's adventure you seek, you could do far worse than come with me. Now, this is only a rumor. But apparently, the contest will involve the fabled city of gold and the legendary beast, Valiarmanda.
We got that teased to us. That's the huge bird, right? Valiharmanda, the giant bird.
Tell me that doesn't pique your interest.
Oh my goodness. You have my complete attention. This is strictly a rumor, nothing more. Or Golden City. I've heard about it before. I have to. This is the Emmett Selk tease. Because he talked about it that they had to you have to click this one. I don't think anything's going to come up of it that I'm going to say. Just that we've heard of the Golden City before. Although that answer is definitely bait for that reason, exactly.
So the tales have reached even these shores. I can't help but feel proud.
I advise you not to put much store by these rumors. Golden cities are not but a dreamer's fancy.
Says the dreamer who was bent on finding one when he was a child. Just because you failed doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Tuliolal and the Golden City. Just like in the letter to grandfather.
4 months ago.
Regardless of what the contest may entail, it'll be no simple thing. If I'm to triumph, I'll need capable and dependable companions.
Hey, it's the picture from the media site.
So let's go on a hunt together. There's no better way to get acquainted.
Oh, maybe there will be combat. Solo duty? She's pretty adorable. I don't know why is Aaronville like kind of turned off by it? Like her energy? Does he feel threatened by her, or is there just more to the story, or something is like Aaronville's body language is letting on that he's just kind of like not super enthused? Can I talk to him? That's the long and short of it, at the very least. I ask that you go on this hunt of hers and take her measure for yourself. Oh, she isn't as tall as the... What? Huh. She isn't as tall as I thought she was. I guess the cutscene had her like standing over here so she would look taller as a perspective. Huh. She is... Because I'm pretty short. Male Vieira are not super tall. Granted, I'm only like 5'10" in real life, so she's a little taller than me. My ears are a little bit. So, where to for our hunt? The stronger the prey, the better. Be interesting if there was actually like a connection to the Charlayan hunt stuff we might go do. Hello, Kryl. I'm trying to talk to you. A journey to Taral. Yep, that sounds like what we're doing. The game is afoot. Afoot, when it's capitalized, looks strange. It's just a big capital A in front of the word foot. It doesn't look like it's... Oh, we got Sleepy Link with us, apparently. Yo, give me the big sandwich. I'll take some caviar canapes, but... So Grahatia appears equal parts bewildered and excited. I wonder if all these quests will be voiced. Usually it's like the first one and then it's just Not voiced. Yep. Yep. The chance to see not only Tyrell, but the fabled Golden City besides. This is the stuff of grand adventures, my friend. Which is not to say you should hastily accept this invitation, mind. There's still a great deal we do not know. So let us begin to rectify that by first getting acquainted with our visitor in the manner she suggests. By going to beat something up. I feel like I should change jobs and not just spam glare then. It could be a cutscene hunt though, and not actually combat, but I'm not certain what might be a suitable location for her hunt, however. When I was at the guild earlier, I learned about a petition from researchers on the Isle of Ham. They weren't there long ago and culled some unruly fauna, of course, but according to recent reports, other ordinarily docile fauna have grown savage. It's believed they've been unsettled by some manner of predator, and so the researchers seek assistance with identifying and dispatching it. As part of your hunt, perhaps you might answer the petition? I mean, just like a hunt bill, that seems pretty fine. Also, if we hear clicking in the distance, run. Isle isn't far. We would be also helping those in need. That works for me. So you know, I've honed my skills against some of the fiercest beasts in Tyrell. Whoever this creature is, I had better be able to put up a proper fight, or it'll end before we have a chance to get acquainted. She's got big warrior energy. It'd be kind of neat if she used one of like a new warrior ability or something in this, but I doubt that's gonna happen. She might have her own abilities. Hey, Kyle, can you explain how your cuffs of your coat work, please? And before we can prove ourselves capable and dependable companions, we're gonna beat something up. My apologies, but I must see to some preparations. Pray go ahead to the Isle. I will join you as soon as possible. Ah, is this an extra bit of the fire under her butt to make her change jobs or discover a brand new one? Because she's basically just a white mage right now. In every other piece of little combat she's ever been in, she's just spamming glare. So she's a green DPS mage. Sorry. She's just a green DPS mage, usually. If the rest of you are ready, let us head to the harbor. This being guild ship business, it should be simple enough to secure a vessel. I guess we can't... No aether travel, huh? Gotta take the long way. Even though we're all the way down to the harbor. Hold on. We can blip blip. Save a little bit of walking. Little load screen action coming in. Little blip. Little blip. Just on the big harbor. This is the one that we came in on when we first got to Shirley and at the start of the MSQ from the end of it all was this big one. The other one's a dungeon? No, this is the dungeon one. The other one has triple triad on it though. Ugh. Hello. She does have the duty swirl around her. Cryo is acting a little strange, don't you think? This is just a simple hunt. I wonder what preparations she needs to make. Oh, is she gonna show up as a painter? As a pictomancer? If a loan of a ship from one of the captains, a cheery fellow, I can operate the vessel, so we don't need to trouble him to take us. So we have to take a ship? Ugh, and I barely set foot on dry land. Well, I suppose it's for a good cause. A hunt! Come on, let's get going. Upon boarding the ship, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. This is rare now. We're getting some like ARR Heaven's Ward pop-ups. This doesn't happen that often anymore. Usually the cutscenes are all kind of short but strung together. So you have like a go in, go out, go in, go out of cutscenes. This is okay. Let's go. In addition, you'll be required to participate in battle. Your progress will be saved at certain points. In the event you are defeated, you will be able to try again from the most recent of these. Well, I gotta use my new weapon, right? Even though it's not gonna be incredibly engaging. Oh, idle level sync to 660, even though I am 660 eye level, so that's fine. I suppose I will be... I mean, it makes sense to have me as a healer still. If she's a warrior, that's fine. Yep, this is the dungeon, indeed. So what else has happened here?
From here, we must walk.
So much ice. It rivals even Yogg-Tural.
A little chilly.
Oh, a white bear. I wonder what it tastes like.
Makes sense.
Remember, we're here to deal with creatures that have been deemed an unacceptable danger. Do not attack anything else unprovoked.
Maybe that's why Erenville's a little hesitant. Woklamat might be a little overeager, little bloodthirsty-ish, little hunter's instinct. That's apparently the lore behind the Hrothgals. So we're getting to see it now in game, not just a blurb on a website.
I know. So this is the isle where ether literally bursts forth.
Aye, the Isle of Ham. The geysers lie deep inland, however.
You really are knowledgeable. Kona told me nothing about this place.
I doubt your brother managed to come out this way. He's like to have toured facilities like Labyrinthos, however.
Our brother, Kona.
The great big cavern under the city. It's amazing that they could make a sky down there complete with a sun.
This brother of yours, he has been to Sharlayan.
Yeah, do we know him?
He has. Kona's my second older brother, and until recently he was a student in the city. He went on and on about technological amusements. It made me want to come here too one day. And so I did. I think I understood something of how he felt when I set foot in his beloved studium.
He went to the studium? Your brother must be quite a scholar. But I wonder, like you, he'd be royalty, yes? With such a personage coming to Sharlayan to receive an education would surely have caused a stir, yet I recall nothing of the sort.
He consulted with the head of the studium beforehand, that his identity might remain secret. Being Mikote, he had no trouble blending in. He's adopted like me, you see. One time, though, he almost let it slip to a professor. It was all he could do to parry the barrage of questions.
Having no shortage of questions myself, I can imagine.
With your Allegan eyes.
Ask whatever you like. I don't mind. But I maintain, hunting together is the best way to get to know someone.
The researchers should be up ahead. Let's find them and learn what we can.
Oh.
The researchers should be just ahead. There. The building to the northeast.
So, ordinarily harmless creatures have grown savage.
Don't know what's got them riled up, but I'll take down any that thinks to try me.
She's freaking in.
Right, let's hunt our fill.
Aaronville's just standing there. It's like a little bit of a trust dungeon without being a dungeon.
Look, someone's in trouble.
And we're gonna go a different path than we normally go in the dungeon, I guess.
Yeah, taste my axe.
These animals are usually so docile.
Except when we're in the dungeon. I don't think I have all spell effects turned on right now. Even though I see Grahas. I guess we're not in a dungeon right now either. It's kind of weird. Oh, this is new? Doing a quest inside of a quest scenario thing? Huh. Thank goodness you've come. I take it you're the one who answered our petition. Wait, aren't you? You are! Warrior of Light, the adventurer who saved our star. Would that our meeting was under better circumstances. I was getting punched in the face by some sheep and a giant Goobu monster mouth thing. I was conducting a routine inspection of our transporter here when I suddenly found myself surrounded. You'll find more of the same across the chasm. Once docile animals grown strangely aggressive. My colleagues there can tell you more. I'll give you just a moment. I can finish checking our equipment. If you give me just a moment. In event.
You really are famous.
Yeah.
And for good reason, as you'll soon see for yourself.
Good at spamming glare. Whoa. Let's go. Whoa.
Quite an interesting contraption you've got here.
This is the same path in the dungeon,
Is
but
that
we
our
never went into
petitioner?
the building.
Let's go and have a chat.
You go to the left to go down to the dungeon to go toward the geyser. I think they're showing off some new tech. I don't think this has ever been really done in the game before. This is newish. Can you talk to her? No, they have no dialogue like they're actually following you in the city, though. If you've come to answer the petition, you can speak with my colleague here. The adventurer come to answer my petition. I presume we're most fortunate to have one of your considerable skill here to aid us. A creature of unknown origin has been sighted on the island in recent days, and we believe its presence has affected the local fauna. The animals beyond this gate are the worst affected we've encountered thus far, though we dare not go back. Our task is to quell any threats you find and search for traces of the beast responsible for all this. If you should find anything at all, we would be most grateful if you would share it with us. Oh, she's in!
I'll handle this.
Oh, I can't even put a bubble on her. Really angry 5-foot-tall penguins. Oh, she does have a different ability. Oh.
Is that all?
Now, was that just a triggered animation because of the cut?
Let's pick up the creature's trail.
I think it was kind of like Fellcleave with their AoE. But that looked cool. That's a great big pile of shit. You find ravaged beast remains, torn to shreds by sharp talon. This beast's made out of rock!
These claw marks. I've seen their like before. It's starting to feel like a proper hunt.
This is neat, though, going to a different area of the dungeon. What manner of beast could it be? Getting a little bit of Final Fantasy XVI vibes from just like walking around like this with people talking next to you. You find feathers are scattered on the ground. There are signs of a fierce struggle.
Feathers? But did they belong to the predator or the prey?
So, how do you prefer our prey? Roasted or raw?
Okay, Gollum, calm down.
You presume it's even safe to eat?
My heals are only hitting... Well, I guess I don't hit Ernville. He's like immune to being healed because he's non-combatant. Still can't talk to them or anything. Or go in the building, I guess not. Animal leavings. That. Unfortunately, I can't use the quote again. The cloying stench of fresh leavings assails your nostrils. Whatever beast left them is likely still close by.
Still fresh. Whatever this beast, it cannot be far.
Ah!
Do you suppose they're upset we disturbed their home?
Who knows? But if they're spoiling for a fight, then they've got one.
Get him, Graha.
Let's head back and report what we found.
This is neat. Oh. Right into a cutscene, too. Oh, wow. Oh. It's okay.
Powerful wings and razor-sharp talons. Worthy prey.
Yep, so that bloodthirsty comment that I made about less than 10 minutes ago, she is very, what's the word? Is it trepidatious? Is that the right SAT word of the day? She's one to seek out conflict and battle, maybe? Little, head first, not think. Oh, that's the... what the hell is that? Toucan Sam.
Ah! What is that thing?
Okay. All right.
It speaks?
It's good. It's good. It's good. I'm assuming it's a new mob, right? Gotta be a new mob from... I don't think I've ever seen that
It's heading
side.
towards the falls.
Yeah. Why is she scared of it, but not scared of the other thing? Because it spoke? Or maybe she heard... Okay, we'll see.
I'll stay with the researchers. The creature, I leave to you.
Alrighty.
Come, Woklamat.
Right.
I guess it would be like a bit of a moral dilemma if it's intelligent enough to speak. She likes hunting beasts, but I guess doesn't like hunting intelligent beasts, because that would be a little bit... Oh! The first boss arena.
Just so we're clear, I wasn't startled by the beast earlier. It caught me by surprise, that's all.
Uh-huh. Maybe she's scared specifically of toucans?
Forgive me, but I fail to see a difference.
I'm getting hungry. Let's be done with this so we can eat.
Caught me by surprise! Caught me by surprise!
Toucan beak, but parrot-like parroting.
think you're clever, huh? I'll rip off that beak and roast you on a spit!
Alright, so it's like a dungeon boss. Defeat the giant colibri. We talk to him before we fight? Nope. Just looking for extra lore? Nothing? It's really gross, kind of meshy wings, though. Super weird looking. Oh, what's my recast right now?
I'm going to have the last laugh.
Okay, I'm still 238. I gotta check my actual numbers.
I'm going to enjoy sinking my teeth into you.
Does she heal herself if you're not here as a healer? Looks like she did.
Ah, shut up already, you blasted bird!
What is her? Oh, Grawhot, dude! He's all roundering so hard right now. Dude, Dalthir, where's your Medica 2 while you're doing your Black Mage rotation? Grawha's out here cheating. It's like a frontal, maybe?
Look out!
Oh.
I've never seen such an enormous colibri.
Colibri. Sticky spit.
Not good. Quickly, gather together.
Sorry, Grawha, your ley lines weren't. Ugh! Uh-oh.
Got you.
What?
That was too close.
Again with the Grawha with the
Steady
Medica
now.
2. I mean, he can do all 3 jobs. Dude, Grawha OP? She just pulled us with chains. That can't be a new warrior move. Like warriors are to get some move where they can do multi, because you could do this. You can't do it to NPCs though. Healers have a friendly 2-minute cooldown. Yoink. I don't know what it's called. I barely even use it. Rescue, sorry. I use it like on one fight this entire tier. Here comes the Medica 2. Dude.
Spread out, everyone.
Why did the Medica 1 follow up? Oh!
Pay for that.
It's just, again, going to show off her being strong. Oh. Hardest maneuver of my life. Oh, I have to break them out of their whirlwinds? That's cool.
Thank you.
Welcome. That's neat. Did that really have 28 seconds to input the button a few times? This is neat. They're showing off a way of showcasing solo duties without just going right into it, though. Oh, oh, oh. Hit the individual wings, I see.
That was hardly a tickle.
It do be AoE in us, though.
Try this.
Whoa! An offensive warrior limit break? Oh. It's just super fell cleave.
Nothing to it. We have you now, you loudmouth bastard!
That was like some Sonic the Hedgehog fell cleave action going on there. Yeah, she's just showing off cool NPC moves, I'm assuming. Giving tanks offensive LBs for some reason would be super neat, but how would you ever differentiate that? Giving healers offensive LBs, but also why? Just that was neat, just to show that she's a strong warrior character. It was neat.
And I had barely limbered up.
Yes, Grawha? Oh, yeah, see, there's something going on here.
It was a terrible foe, but no match for your axe.
Oh, I wonder if there's some pressure on her to be this character, and she's wearing a bit of a facade or a facade. Yeah, Warrior's gonna get an AoE grip move in Dawn Trail. I mean, hey, that'd be pretty neat. That'd be pretty neat. If that's what I was wondering though, if they're hinting at new abilities to come during this whole situation. That's what I'm like, and that huge extra AoE, like a fell cleave that's an AoE instead of just using fell cleave, so you can use an ability like that for AoE slamming instead of only single target. That's what I saw earlier. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I wonder though if her story goes deeper, that she's putting on this boastful exterior, but she doesn't want to be, but she has to be. There's a lot of layers going on in this storytelling. I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
Only to be expected. You were pretty impressive yourselves. I was right to invite you on a hunt.
Oh.
But what a curious bird that was. Though we have similar in Tural, they don't grow so big or use such dirty tricks.
This goofy trope.
Dirty tricks, dirty tricks.
Aye, dirty and despicable. Otherwise, I could have easily...
Ooh. Round 2?
Leave this to me.
Oh, yo, here she goes.
Have at you.
Moogle beam. Hello, Kryl.
Kryl?
I wonder how long ago this cutscene was made, because it looks like the spell effects that they used for Pictomancer just then were definitely not the ones they showed off in the more complete trailer that they just showed off at the Japanese Fan Fest. So just kind of gives you a bit of a hint at how far along their pipeline might be, because those were not the same spell effects, unless that one is just still kind of like that. That was a little weird. Look at look at her little outfit.
I am terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
So damn cute.
She arrived as I was seeing the researchers to safety. It was all I could do to keep up with her after I explained what happened.
I can definitely see some trust dungeons with this group that I'm running right now in the future. I mean, 6 months or something from now, but still. Look at her little paint vials.
So this is what you meant by seeing to preparations?
After hearing of the contest, I thought how wonderful it would be to join you. In coming here, I wanted to demonstrate my skill at arms to Wuklamut. Alas, it seems I missed most of the action.
Yeah, sorry, I spammed glare too hard. Oh, she's back.
That was amazing! The piece didn't stand a chance!
I'm glad to have been of service.
May I ask what inspired this change?
You will recall the time you descended to the ethereal sea in search of Hydaelyn.
Yes.
Recognizing that my skills were inadequate, I chose to provide support from afar rather than join you. It was the same when you set forth for Ultima Thule. How it pained me to stay behind again and again. That's what inspired this change. Ever since the final days were averted, I've used every spare moment to hone my craft. As you all have adapted your methods to suit the circumstances, I started by considering how I might best contribute.
It's the picture from the media site, except they just unloaded Ernville from it.
And after much deliberation, I arrived at my answer. With the esoteric art passed down by the legendary Archon realm, Pictomancy.
Of course.
As I recall, you have embraced versatility to effectively complement a certain someone's style.
Yeah, you gotta talk about how you're breaking how are you black maging and white maging at the same time and not being a red mage? That's how that works, Graha. Where the cheat codes at, dude?
What I do is much the same. Like you, I don't want to be left behind.
Indeed. I must say, you appear to be especially keen on being involved in the ritual of succession. Is there any particular reason?
She's a scholar? Profession, not job?
Yes, there is. This letter from Tuli Yolal.
Hmm?
It was addressed to my grandfather Galuf and turned up among the students' archives. The ink was faded, so I couldn't fully make out the sender's name. Galul, someone.
Jaja. Gulul Jaja. That's my father, the Dawn servant. What does the letter say?
While much of it isn't legible, it appears to be a request to investigate the Golden City.
Yeah.
A request to investigate the Golden City? From the Dawn Servant himself?
Well, well. Seems it may be more than a rumor after all.
Indeed.
Being a member of the royal family, it was my hope that you could confirm the authenticity of this letter.
I can say for a fact that my father didn't write this. Given how culturally diverse Tuliyolal is, it was decided some time ago that a common language was needed.
Oh.
But instead of elevating an existing tongue and its speakers above all others, we looked to those widely spoken overseas and created an altogether new one.
Okay.
The similarities to your common tongue also make it quite easy to communicate in these situations, no?
How convenient.
This letter, however, is entirely in Eorzean. If Father had written this, he would have been in Turali. And what's more, it bears a wax seal. We don't bother with them.
So the letter is fraudulent, then?
Oh, I didn't mean to say that. My father's signature is genuine, as far as I can tell, so perhaps he simply dictated it.
I see. Oh, thank you for the confirmation. It seems my grandfather indeed had dealings with Tuli Yolal. I can't help but be curious as to what exactly he was doing there. In order to help us decide on a course of action, would you mind if I asked you some questions about your home?
By all means. After all, learning about one another was the purpose of this hunt. We can talk while feasting on this fellow. I, for one, am starving.
We're eating that.
It's just a big bird, Graha. Come on. Think of the chicken sandwiches it could make. Or I guess the colibri sandwiches. I don't know. Look at her. First person mode. I'm not that tall, but Lalafells are still very short. Kyle, what you doing? Oh god, the text box is over her face. Thanks to Wooklamat, we now know who sent the letter to grandfather, among other things. But many questions still remain. Sorry, my hotbar is blocking your too short. It's too short. I understand Krau's feeling all too well. The desire to do one's part can be daunting to try and keep up, but nothing will change unless we take the first step. So I don't know what kind of cheat codes you're using there, Graha. Ah, what an exciting hunt that was. And now, it's time to savor the reward. Indeed. With the wildlife pacified and the researcher safe, our task is complete. That just leaves the matter of the colibri meat. For better or worse, there's only one place we can take it here in Charlian, the last stand. Yeah, but they don't know what salt is. The last stand is like British food. Brown and mostly flavor and tasteless. It is there to become caloric intake and nothing else, which is just so lifeless in the realm of food. Come, let us see what Dickon can cook for. Oh, this. I really don't know. That's his name. His name is Dickon. Dickon? Dickon? That's his name. That's the guy that runs the last stand. Runs, or one of the people that work there. I don't know. Chef, something like that. Freaking hell, man. Let's see what's going on with Dickon. I don't even want to look at chat right now. Something stupid is being said, which I mean, I just said something pretty stupid, but that's his name. It's Daikon. It is definitely not. It could be like the radish, but then why isn't it just D-I-K-O-N? Why is it actually D-I-C-K-O-N? They could have removed either the K or the C to make it Daikon. Here he is. Well, now, there's a famished face. I already see one. What can I get you? Here's this like 300-pound bird. How about we make some chicken sandwiches or something? Or again, it's colibri sandwiches. Bird meat from a hunt, you say? Leave it to me. I have just the recipe. If you make me a plate of brown, I swear. New dish I recently learned from some sailors. And for you lot, it's on the house. Have as much as you like, you hear? I want to see him kneel down in the back and pull out his cooking utensils like... Okay.
Come, come. Let's enjoy the bounty of our first outing together.
Those are bone-in ribeye steaks. I'm in. I'm totally in. Yeah. Whoa.
I'd heard that Charlayan cuisine was terrible, but this is fantastic.
There's so many great thumbnail opportunities for this video, for this recording. I'm surprised that was a full-on animation that actually had interaction with a character's face at the same time. Let's actually go. I think we've only had that one other time with the burger. So, I mean, hey. Also, she just ate like a quarter of that steak in one bite. Oh my God. Ooh. Little frat bed with flat.
What is this? Oh, it smells spicy.
Yeah, it's probably a flatbread with some curry, my guy. Get in there.
Oh, come now. Since when did you become so soft? It's not like we don't have spicy food in Tural, too.
actual eating animations? Oh no, it's definitely a curry.
According to Dickon, intensely hot dishes have become popular in Razadhan after a traveller ordered a curry with several times the usual amount of spice.
So they made that canonical? It has a... Oh my god. That's from the... Wasn't that the prank that was played in like a way back MSQ when we were here or something? That's... Dang it. And also, see? He literally said his name. Yeah. So that's from the patch... That's the patch MSQ stuff? Yeah. Super spicy curry was for 0, if I recall. Because her taste buds aren't the same because she only really ate ether for her whole life because she's a void scent. So she didn't eat food like, nom nom, eat food. So to her, it wasn't the same. It was flavor. Even though it was like just putting like the last dab from Hot Ones in your curry. Just blip, 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 blip.
So he started offering the same in order to please the growing Harnish population here in Sharlayan.
I think that's what they're referring to anyway. That's super cool.
It's nothing. I can't handle.
She is a dork.
Your boorish manners reflect poorly on the both of us. I wish you would consider your station.
Okay, so he is embarrassed because she is very, well, as he puts it, boorish. She's a lioness.
I swear, sometimes it feels like you open your mouth only to criticize.
Would I be correct in assuming you've known each other for a long time?
Aye, thick as thieves since we were little.
What?
I beg to differ. She is a long-standing acquaintance. Nothing more.
I see.
All this time you were from Tural. Oh, would that I had known sooner. There's so much I'd like to ask.
Arnville, eat your freaking tomahawk ribeye, my guy. What the hell? Also, that crossed bun is as big as Kryle's entire head.
You and everyone else. I've kept it quiet so as to avoid the endless interrogations.
Well, if he's going to be a miser, I'll be happy to tell you about our homeland instead.
Please do.
Since ancient times, many peoples have called Tural home, and they've been fighting each other for nearly as long. The fighting finally stopped some 80 years ago, when the reigning Dawn Servant unified the disparate communities and founded a new nation.
And that's how Tuliolal came to be.
Since then, we've enjoyed an era of uninterrupted peace. But my father is getting old, and he wishes to relinquish the throne to a worthy successor. One who can preserve his legacy. Including myself, there are 4 claimants to the throne. But while we all have the right to participate, one among us cannot be allowed to rule.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tomahawks.
A man who is too ambitious by half. Word of the Garlean Empire's collapse has reached Tural. While most are simply relieved, he sees weakness to exploit and would lead our armies across the seas on a campaign of conquest.
After everything my father has done to give us peace, he would drag us back into war. I can't allow it. No matter what, I must win this contest.
I understand your reasons, but this being an event that will dictate the course of your nation's future, is it appropriate for outsiders like us to be involved?
Oh, it's more than appropriate. The Dawn Servant himself expressly encourages it. The ruler of Tural must navigate the intricacies of myriad cultures, and there's no better way to prove oneself qualified to do so than to work with foreign allies. That's why I sought you out. Through our hunt, I've confirmed that you're a warrior of considerable skill, but more importantly, one of good character as well. And so I ask you, will you lend me your strength and help me win the throne of Tulihualal? You don't need to decide right this moment. But I will need you if I'm to triumph over the competition. I'll stay here as long as I can while waiting for your answer.
So what's going to be the other pushing force against us here? Because we know the tease about Dawn Trail is that there's going to be essentially the Scions divided. So if this is one path with Wuklamat, then what's the other? If there's only two, if there's not more than two.
In that case, allow us to prepare a room for you at the Baldessian Annex.
That's very kind of you. Oh, and one more thing. Once we finish eating, would you mind if I took the rest of the meat?
Dude, they're doing something with eye animations now. A little bit of extra care to eye animations, because the human eye moves very quickly. Like when it adjusts its position, it kind of just goes like it doesn't smoothly move from one thing to the next. You have to like really try really hard to move your eyes smoothly. So noticing things like that from like a film nerd perspective, when she just goes that's just very natural. Like it's more akin to what we do when we go from one thing to the next thing, to look at one thing to the next thing. So that was great. That was great. Her little personality being told in the way that she, moves and reacts and animates there. I have to tell a lot of story on a brand new character in like a short amount of time, right? Like maybe an hour-ish of screen time in total. So a lot of little things being told there, but also a lot of little things not being told there, and some bigger things that are meant to make you go like, but like, what does that mean? Clearly. Judging by Wuklamat's reaction, it appears that Turali cuisine isn't excessively fiery. Sorry, there's something on my screen. Sorry, something got in the way of my screen. Whether Wuklamat has the makings of a ruler, I couldn't say. But I know that she deeply cares for her nation and her people. Whether you choose to help her, though, is for you and you alone to decide. Think on it well. I don't know how they can make an MSQ that would have different ending points, though. So maybe would they really be able to make something that has different choices that have different reflections in the story somehow, or are you sort of dragged along regardless of what you think, and to the one outcome. Because I don't know how they would do that in this game. Because so everyone's character has to like arrive at the same point. So how are they going to navigate that 50-ish hour story or so? Very curious how they're going to do that. Because they're sprinkling that in now, but now then, it's past time I reported our mission success to the guild ships. The guild ship, rather. I would have done so sooner, except Her Highness needed to have her royal meal. I shall come by the annex later. Till then, I will take some free caviar canapes then. Thank you. Well, many questions, only a few answers. Really neat character so far, though. Quite enjoying how they are portraying her, but then showing and not only telling, but then telling and not really showing what's... All right. Part 1. There's a little more left, of course, but I'll split this apart now because of watch time and reasons. If you're watching live, of course, we'll keep going.